As we head back to the tee, see Tony Finau have a rip of his driver. Back to the tee now with DJ.
That looks ripped.
And so does he, Dustin Johnson. And you can see again, not finding Tony Finau in Puerto Rico. Here we are at 17, playing from the right rough.
That's a good
Back
shot.
to DJ, coming from the left rough.
Ball below his feet. Rough not too bad, but wet. That's a great shot. Already have the shot in hand. He's played it before.
Back on the tee, Tony Finau. This club is a weapon. Already one ball in the water today. The safe shot out. Strong ball flight this one. Moves about a yard, yard and a half, right to left.
It's really good right there.
On 18.
Ball above his feet. Perfect lie. Nice cutoff finish. Ooh, that must have been a miss hit right there.
Fade. Let's go back to Dustin Johnson just from the right rough on 18.
That's wide open. Well, that was an interesting finish.
Touch of the Gary players when he used to follow through out of his own divot. Right, Finau for birdie from off the edge, but with the Texas wedge. Appropriate here in Houston.
He's cruising along really nice.
Dustin Johnson a fair way away, but we saw Mickelson hole one from this range for par, this one for birdie. Outside chance par for him. Let's go to Finau on the tee. Now, try and knock it down there near the front, Debbie.
Ooh, he killed this. Now, for a player with such long arms to have a very connected golf.
Dustin Johnson. Another missed fairway, Debbie. On approach, just opening up his stance.
He almost flew that in. Gosh, if you can play like that.
Get a bit of action on this, you'd imagine. Dustin Johnson. A lovely shot out of the fairway bunker at Plain. Sets up an
he can scramble.
All right, Tony Finau outside 20 feet for birdie here at the first.
Full fairway bunker shot. Can't tell you how hard this is. Oh, this is a great view.
Seneca for Dustin Johnson first. Currently the world number 9. Trying to improve the smash factor and get a real indication of that here at the second.
That's pounded. Works with Boyd Summerhays in Utah. Not a technical player at all. Again, a missed fairway, but no
And
big
settled
deal
in
there.
the pine straw. We'll get a look at that in a moment. Here's Finau now at the second. Oh, no, another beauty. Tony Finau really. Dustin Johnson, always very quick player. We like that. Out of the fairway bunker, a beauty into the first. This one, though, at the second. Well, look at that spinning back into
Go
around
off the
20
first part of
feet.
his putt, so it shouldn't affect it too much.
Tracking. And another one for Dustin Johnson. So he's really got his roll on now, doesn't he? He was aiming at. Yep. So a par for Tony. Big Tone now, as they know him.
Removed, and now Dustin in position. This should just be tickled with wedge, really. Yeah, a little off-speed swing. Trying to take the backspin off this one.
Oh, that was superbly flighted into a few feet again for Dustin Johnson. Looking for also a very accomplished wedge player.
Trying to hold the follow-through off there. Keep the spin off this one. Hole cut on a little ledge. And easy, Tiger. Right there's a slope that is there to repel the ball that's fizzing backwards too much.
Maybe something he'll need to add to the repertoire, that shot that Finau up the tier. Has it got enough to get? Oh, just missing on the right side. How would he be responding? Would it be
back up the hill? This is a question of just keep that head down, make sure you follow through. That
strong effort? He is a bit.
Some soft conditions now. DJ with the right field flare in the second shot here on the par 5.
Looks like that's missed everything over there on the right.
Yeah, and there's a hazard down the right-hand side also.
Oh dear. Oh, that's crafty, isn't it? Finau now back at the fourth. His third shot on the par 5. Still a little heavy-handed, but not too bad. On a par 5.
Yeah, and it's a contrast between Finau and DJ, both the power hitters. Finau's 300 to that cross bunker there. He better turn one from right to left for Tony. Oh, perfect. That's 320 some all in the air.
Back to the tee once more. Here's DJ at -4.
He's pretty well went to the fade shot today. So dogleg right to left. Got to be careful. The swing where he actually walks after it a little bit, kind of like Gary Player, which tells me that he's trying to get through the body through the ball a little bit more. Because if you don't, you tend to hit hooks, and that one looks like it's headed left. You'll have to be careful of the spin if so. Yeah, pitching wedge it was, but that one's hung out to the right-hand side. And there's evidence that ball juking back. Now, naturally, there is a little bit of a slope through the middle portion of that green.
Now that is the third shot for Dustin Johnson. He was just off the edge of the green. It just dumped it about 3 feet in front of him here. We'll take another peek here.
Been such a strange round, Swan. I mean, DJ's just looked unconquerable for portions during this round, and at times he's just done some absolutely silly things like that right there, where he's got an upsloping lie, just sticks the club into the overseed rough too early, gobbles up the club, and he leaves it just a few feet in front of him. So it's like a Jekyll and Hyde sort of performance now from a guy that you expect so much more out of.
And quickly back at it, didn't waste an instant.
And he's not in the cup just yet, as Dustin.
One club, a shag bag, bucket of balls, and a Jack Nicklaus My Way golf video. That was
well, look, if you're going to read a book or watch a video, that Golf My Way, I think, is the best one you could possibly read. Just inside the left edge. He missed one like this earlier. And that stroke didn't... Does it have to chip the putt for
like
pars?
Less than driver here for Big Tony back on the tee.
Yeah, just a positional hole really for Tony. 437 par 4, doglegging. A touch from right to left, and that's going to be just fine for that.
Likes it, reaching for the tee quickly. Voice drying out just a touch. That had a little chase to it.
There's a formidable potential President's Cup combination.